If you hear me!
What's happening, good people, and welcome back to another episode of the Roundtable. Now, if you're new here, this is where I pose a question to the gentleman. Fantasy book, we talk about previous stuff from the past, or maybe even the future. This week, we are talking about possibly the most iconic faction in wrestling history. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the New World Order. The NWO. At the time, the heel turn of Hulk Hogan, possibly the greatest of all time, was born, and me and Dave were in sheer shock. Andy was simply a wee baby, but me and Dave, we drunk it all in. It was incredible. And if you haven't guessed already, I am your humble host, Fraz. I'm joined by Andi Nero, the kayfabe assassin, and Dirty Dave, the ring historian. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, like, hit the bell for notifications, share with all your friends, comment, and if you haven't already, what are you doing? Subscribe to this channel where we post weekly wrestling content. Now, let's get into it. Boys, how we doing? Are we all right?
Feeling too sweet
for life.
For life, baby, for life. So if you haven't gathered already, I am asking you the question. You've got two options here. The first one, rewrite history, 1996. You are Eric Bischoff. Who are your three guys? Who are the two guys that are coming in, invading WCW? And then you're turning someone who's already there. Or we're going to go for a modern day spin. And who are your three people that you are going to choose to lead this invasion, per se? That could be in WWE, AEW, Ring of Honor, NXT, blah, 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 TNA. I'm going to go first, and I'm going to tell you that mine is modern day. Andy? Modern day?
I'm modern day as well, yeah.
Dave, are you rewriting history or are you modern day?
I'm rewriting history to the point where Eric Bischoff's not even involved.
Ooh.
No easy.
Naughty. Okay, as I'm the host, and normally on these ones, I don't really get to elaborate, but I'm going to go for, because I'm very passionate about this, so I'm going to go first. All right. 2025 is the year. We have a situation where Seth Rollins and Bron Breakker, and it's very similar to the Vision, right, are running the show. They are doing backstage skits. They're not even really in the ring. It's all just attacks out the back. It is funny shenanigans. There's a PLE somewhere along the lines where these two have got a tag match against, I don't know, let's say CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. All of a sudden, the music hits. And everyone, I don't know if you can see this, ladies and gentlemen, everyone has got their ones up.
Okay.
And Roman Reigns walks down to the ring.
Oh, jeez.
And Roman Reigns is getting love from the crowd. And everyone's thinking, well, he's here to help Cody. And he's here to help CM Punk. And then he drops the big leg. He doesn't drop the big He doesn't drop the big leg. But he basically turns on them and he becomes the modern day Hulk Hogan and starts NWO with Seth and with Bron Breakker. That is my modern day thing. And then they go on and they destroy it. And then you can have people like, I don't know, Solo, Sammy, or whoever you want come in and join that faction. and destroy everything in WWE. I'd love to say that AEW was involved in this, because it would be so much cooler if Nick Khan and Triple H or whoever got together and went, right, okay, we're going to send over Seth and we're going to send over Braun, and they're going to destroy your roster, and then Roman Reigns is going to come out. Maybe someone from WWE who Roman was aligned with goes to AEW, and they're like, oh my God, he's going to help him out. So, say, for example, I don't know, Jey Uso goes to AEW, and Seth and Braun beat the fuck out, and
Mox,
Roman comes
yeah.
out. Yeah, or Mox. Oh, that would be perfect, Andy. Well done. That would be my redoing of the NWA. Maybe I've oversold it. Maybe it's not as good as you thought.
I love it.
Yeah, it's good, man.
I think it'll be mad, especially at the moment with Roman being so over and so babyface. You could go down that route of Cody being in that, but it doesn't quite fit with the whole Seth and Braun thing. You know what I mean? So with that, the humble host has given his opinion on things. I'm going to toss it over to Dirty Dave. I'm not going to toss anything, actually, so I'm going to hand it over to Dave.
Am I giving you my opinion on yours, or am I giving you my storyline?
Do a bit
Well, I
more.
mean, I would actually love to hear your opinion on mine.
Okay, we'll do opinions. I like the sound of that. I'm not sure. Seth and Roman combining would be such a shock, wouldn't it? So that would almost be as bigger a shock as Roman turning again. So yeah, so we're looking to make Breaker, and we're looking for dominance from Seth and Roman. I like it. I do like it. Who's going to be WWE's third man eventually to even things out? You've got Cody and Punk. So who's did you think about who was going to elevate? Maybe if you took this to Survivor Series, would this be War Games?
I did think.
Is Six
And
coming
I,
back?
and there were two people. So let me explain the method behind the madness. Bron Breakker is my Kevin Nash. He is the enforcer. Seth
Right.
Rollins is Scott Hall, who's pretty fucking cool, and then
Yep.
Roman Reigns is your Hulk Hogan.
Yep.
My third for WWE would either be, because you've got to look for someone that's young, upcoming. You really want to elevate them into that main scene with Punk and Cody.
The equivalent of Breaker, but for this team.
So you've got to either look at, and you're not going to be surprised at this, Austin Theory
Oh yeah.
or Carmelo Hayes. Because I think Carmelo Hayes is cool as fuck, and I think
Yeah.
I think at the moment they're trying to book him as a heel, but you can see the fans just are totally into him at the moment. They want him to achieve. So yeah, either of those two, fresh new blood, who are athletic, who are definitely good in the ring, and are proven on the mic as well. And they could learn a lot from Cody and CM Punk. So that would be my third man.
Very good. No, I like that. Really good. Makes
Andy
perfect
Godwin?
sense.
Yes, I'm just frantically typing because the inevitable has happened. We've basically written almost the same thing, but I'm changing a few things on mine to vary it up.
Oh,
We'll
okay.
get to that. We'll get to that. I'm booking more. Not
Okay,
just
yeah,
changing the
yeah.
initial, but a little bit of an extension. But we'll get to that. But
mhm.
very, very solid, very good. I like the sound of Seth and Roman doing bits together. Braun involved. It all hits the beats that I'd had planned.
There was one other person that I was thinking about that could possibly be the saviour, which was Randy Orton. I thought Randy maybe.
That'd be, but I think you're right. That'd be, you'd have Punk, Cody, and Orton, which I know they're not. When I say old, but like you say, if you did that, like you say, you're not going to elevate someone. So the WWE team hasn't got someone like Braun Breaker that you're trying to make out of it.
Yeah.
Like your Austin Theory and Carmelo makes sense, doesn't it? Because you're trying to get Breaker and Carmelo or Theory to to be better after this feud is done. Whereas if you
any of those four,
then yeah. Whereas we're exactly same with any faction, really, isn't it? Evolution was all about making Batista and Orton, wasn't it? Some Nation of Domination, Rock. Someone's got to come out of it better. Yeah, so I think I'd stick with that just to keep the balance. But if you went to 4 and 4, Randy could be the fourth guy, couldn't he? Of course, and then you just add someone else in on the NWO side.
you get John Moxley in.
Yeah, I think stealing someone from AEW would have to happen to add the next, because the NWO was all about shock, wasn't it? So
Shock.
You've got the shock of everything has to be a shock. You can't obviously over deliver every single time, but there needs to be some shock value to it. So yeah, that'd be, or someone incredible from NXT maybe. But yeah, no, that would be awesome. No, I'm with it. No, I like it. So that's the modern.
That's my modern one. Yeah, Dave,
I
go on
like it.
in. Rewrite history.
Why did I got the assignment wrong? I'm really sorry. I'm in 1996. The curtain calls just happened. Hall and Nash walk backstage. This is legitimate, by the way. At this point, McMahon's there in Madison Square Garden, and he takes him into his office, and he says, "Right, you still work for me. You don't start for WCW till Monday. What's it going to take to keep you here?" And that was a legitimate conversation that actually happened. And legally, they could have stayed at that point. It wasn't too late to stay. So I'm going to say that they stayed. But Razor and Diesel left. It's Razor and Diesel are gone. So they are going to come back as Hall and Nash. So this is May. So this is the day or the weekend after the May In Your House pay-per-view. So we're building to King of the Ring. So everything pretty much stays the same. But Hall and Nash literally do their sort of entry to WCW, but they're doing it on WWE TV. So they're coming out, sitting in the crowd. They're wearing jeans. They're not really talking, not really saying much. Just that whole original NWO sort of system. And that's building to the King of the Ring, where they've got 2 front row tickets to see their boy Shawn Michaels defend his title. So we're keeping it, relatively simple. I'm not fantasy booking or changing the roster and saying that different people work there. This is just keeping Hall and Nash there. And Michaels retains the title. And actually at the King of the Ring in 1996, what happened is Camp Cornette came out and beat the shit out of him. It was Vader and British Bulldog and Owen Hart. Well, I'm going to say these boys jump the barrier and they take Michaels out. Absolutely smash him to bits. And just like at King of the Ring, instead of the Ultimate Warrior, but it's Sid and Ahmed Johnson come to his aid, fend the NWO off, and then we're building to the next pay-per-view, which is International Incident, which was in Canada. Very important, this one. And we are going to have Hall and Nash finally wrestle and teasing their third man. Who's it going to be? And they are proposing it's going to be Shawn Michaels. So they're teasing in the weeks and the build-ups, and everyone's like, yeah, but, they beat you up and this sort of stuff. And he's like, yeah, hey, it doesn't matter. I beat him at WrestleMania 11. I've had ladder matches with him. We're still friends. You can't trust him. And it's all sort of being built like that. And Ahmed and Sid sort of can't trust him. How's it going to go? You get to the main event, and I had 2 thoughts. Initially, I thought, yeah, do you know what? Hall and Nash could sort of take him out backstage before the match, but he still makes it to the ring, but he doesn't really get tagged in. He finally gets tagged in at the end, and then he turns around and super kicks one of his partners. Or, I didn't think that was going to be shocking enough. So I thought, Bret Hart, who's been missing since WrestleMania 12, he's going to come out and he's going to do the Hogan turn. And so he basically comes out, he's the Hulk Hogan, he turns and joins Hall and Nash in Canada. So Bret Hart turns heel in Canada.
I love it.
And joins the NWO. And then we I'll speed this up, boys, sorry, because I have gone pretty much to the Survivor Series. So you've then got, a tag match, Hall and Nash, Ahmed and Sid at SummerSlam, Bret versus Shawn for the title at SummerSlam. Doesn't really matter who wins and loses that. Eventually, we're going to add the 1-2-3 Kid, but we'll repackage him to the NWO, and we're going to add Austin in to the Team WWE by the time we get to the Survivor Series, because he did win the 1996 King of the Ring, and I still want to keep building him. That's going to give an opportunity as we go into the Rumble for Brett and Austin to start feuding and stuff like that. But yeah, so effectively by the end of the year, you've got a core four. I mean, Ahmed got injured, so I don't know.
Who would
Who would have
Taker,
taken that
maybe?
role? Who could have taken that role? Yeah, possibly. Or I'd have probably maybe turned someone. I mean, who was? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. It's a difficult one. But for argument's sake, let's say he doesn't get injured, or it could even be Owen Hart. I don't know. We could, because he could be a goodie going up against his brother. But I don't know. But yeah, worst case, you've got Sid, Ahmed, Austin, and Michaels, and effectively you can mix all of them up with Hall, Nash, Brett, and the Kid, who's been repackaged, and that gets you through to Mania. That's kind of as far as I got with that one.
I mean, that's fucking ridiculous.
So that's if they stayed. So it's pretty much mirror.
Well, no, yeah, I like it. I mean,
it's a
can you
WWE
imagine?
twist.
Can you imagine Bret Hart with Nash and Hall?
Well, we turned heel a year later, so I just thought instead of doing it like him having a hissy fit on Raw, I just think doing it in Canada after he'd been away for 6 months.
Yeah.
I thought that would be. I mean, nothing's going to be as shocking as Hogan, is it? Nothing. I mean, not, even Cena turning wasn't. It's incredible. It's the closest thing we've ever got, but you're just never going to beat Hogan turning heel, are you? So I just thought that's the next best thing. At the very least, do it in Canada.
I don't know. Can you imagine? At the time, Bret was fucking super babyface.
Yeah.
You would not expect him to align himself with Nash and Hall. No way. No way. No. Perhaps for the casual fan that knows Hulk Hogan as, oh my God, he's like the champion, he's the best ever. Yeah, maybe. But people that watch wrestling, you're thinking, hold on a second, what the fuck? Bret Hart has aligned himself with Hall and Nash to fight against Shawn Michaels. And if you're in the know, you know that Michaels is mates with them two anyway.
Yeah, so it's a complete twist.
So it's complete. It's mad. That's fucking ridiculous. I love that. I'd love to see what his Mania card is for that year.
Next week's show.
Next week's show, yeah.
Because I didn't.
But the thing is, you could literally do anything. You could have like a fatal four-way with, say, Brett and Hall against Austin and Michaels, like a fatal four-way for the title.
There's so many things you could do.
Yeah.
And that's assuming Austin stays. At this point as well, I was deciding whether
Torn
Austin's a
between
proper heel or face, or is he going to be a tweener. I'm not saying he's going to join the NWO, but at the end of the day, he wants the title. He's the King of the Ring winner. How long is he going to put up with? Maybe Ahmed keep losing, or Sid keep losing, or maybe even Michaels losing. And then so you can still jazz. He can go off and be a rogue.
Yeah, well, that's what I was just going to say. Maybe he could be some kind of like maverick,
vigilant,
and not be with either. A bit like Sting. He could be a Sting.
Yes. Well, just with that attitude, with that Austin attitude, where I don't give a damn. I'm going to beat anybody up who's in my way because I want my title.
I just want to be the champ. Yeah. Big time. Andy, presumably you weren't sort of writing chapter and verse there, and you did take in what Dave was saying. What are your thoughts on that?
Bret Hart, you kind of had me and
detail.
lost me at Bret Hart.
No, detail. I need detail. I need massive detail. If you don't like it, I need detail. If you do like it, I need detail.
Well, I mean, it makes use of the players that obviously WWE had at the time. In a really effective way. You got, like you said, you have Austin coming in at some point. You have Shawn as well being a big player. I like the idea of having a WWE's version of Sting in that situation.
Austin with face paint.
Well, maybe not with face paint.
No.
Or a baseball bat at the very least.
Having 316 written on his head.
Just be steel chairs left, right, and centre.
Beer cans either side. Steve Weiss's.
He doesn't work for TKO.
I semi-sent myself to hell there. I was wondering about sort of coming in from the rafters, but obviously we don't really want to talk about that when it comes to the Hart family. So maybe not having Austin coming in from the rafters would be a good shout. But yeah, maybe. But yeah, I mean, even then, even that, okay, so you obviously have that consideration as well. What does Owen do? I don't know if you mentioned Owen, but Owen would have still been alive. He may not have even needed to go to Blue Blazer at that point. And
don't want to say he wasn't listening, Dave, but he wasn't listening.
Did you mention Owen?
Clearly.
Sorry.
Yeah, of course he fucking did. He said maybe he'd be on the WWE side.
No,
to fight his brother.
Owen's all in.
No, but this is shock value, isn't it? You know, you're looking to
Owen as a face versus Brett.
Yeah.
As a heel.
Would Bulladag be in the NWO as well? Did you mention Bulladag?
No, I didn't mention Billy Dag. I wouldn't put him in the NWO.
The most unlikely situation possible. That's what it's all about, isn't it? You know, we watch wrestling because anything can happen.
I mean, I was thinking about putting Phineas Godwin in the NWO at one point, but I thought I'd better not at this.
Good old.
He was still in diapers.
I haven't got a good enough storyline to turn him and Leif Cassidy.
Dave, just
That's,
interested. Where do you see Triple H and all this?
Yeah, well, this is the thing, isn't it? So I've booked this based on the fact that he's still in trouble, and he's still Hunter Hearst Helmsley. So at the moment he's still Intercontinental level, but I think by the time the Rumble comes around, that's where he can start. You can have a tug of war. Like, is he going to go with Shawn or is he going to go with Hall and Nash?
Yeah,
and I think overall, if Austin goes off to be a Maverick, I'd move him over to the WWE side because Hall and Nash already pulled 6 over.
Mm-hmm.
So Austin goes off to be a Maverick, and then Triple H can sort of join in with that. And then what you start to then do is branch away from WWE versus NWO, and then we start this DX versus NWO. And then 97, because this is 1996, so in 1997 is more about building a DX NWO feud, because you can't just have NWO versus. This is where I think it went wrong with WCW. I just think it was NWO versus WCW for far too long, and then but at the same time you still had WCW people fighting WCW, and it was like, well, surely everyone should be pulling together. So you don't want to risk losing Taker, Mankind, Vader, Farouk, and all these other people who are like just lost in the shuffle for too long. It's all right to kick this storyline off, but I think going into 97 it's more about, well, let's build a DX, and it's a DX versus NWO.
Sorry to interrupt, Andy. We will get to your take in a second, but how cool would it be if they did do that? Your version, so NWO, WWE, Bret Hart as the leader, Shawn Michaels the other side. Shawn Michaels then goes on to do DX. Those two feud for a bit. Taker. You just fast forward it a little bit. Ministry of Darkness.
Oh my God, yeah. Well, this is it, yeah.
And then he starts systematically taking out people from each side, and you're all like, I wonder what's going on. I wonder who's doing this, and it's Taker and Vince as the higher power.
Oh, it's Taker.
Power.
Yeah, they needed
and
a higher power to take them out.
then all of a sudden, then it goes into the corporate ministry.
So that's your 98.
Exactly.
Yeah. So your 96 story arc is WWE versus NWO. Your 97 story arc is the DX versus NWO, and then it's the ministry taking them apart. And then by the time you get to 99, it's about Vince and the corporation. And
the whole time. So say Austin gets taken out by DX and NWO, tail end of 97. We don't see Stone Cold for a year. The ministry has
his neck surgery.
Yeah. Ministry have taken over, or corporate ministry, whatever. Ministry and corporate.
Yeah.
And then Austin comes back with Kurt Angle.
Interesting. And
they could have the Milk Brigade, and then Kurt could.
And then you can rebuild again, because then what you could then do, you've gone a couple of years, you could put the Click back together, and you could put the Heart Foundation back together. So you could still have some factions, but it's just not the same. But then it just goes off. Yeah,
and then you've also got to remember the fallout for NWO not happening in WCW. That would be the downfall a couple of years earlier. Yeah. So then you've got people like Jericho, Perry Saturn, Dean Malenko, Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio, Booker T.
Your undercard is going to be through the roof.
Oh my God! Yeah. Could you imagine? Yeah. Well,
Well, yeah, this is it. Yeah, Hogan. Flair.
Hogan could start. Oh my god. No, seriously.
Hogan
no,
and Austin.
Listen. No. Yeah, well, it could
Austin
be.
Rock.
It could be.
Yeah.
It could be. We might get demonetised here, but Austin, yeah, rednecks, starts his own faction. Hogan comes in with Booker T, Stevie Ray, all the black wrestlers. And start his own like start the nation.
The Nation of Domination.
Yeah. with
I mean, it would do his reputation wonders.
It would. Good PR for him. Oh, mate, honestly, this is genius.
That would work
Why
for
am
him,
I-
brother.
Yeah. And Nathan, by the way, why are you not involved in this conversation here? Because they're ridiculous.
I'm just going to say,
Ridiculous.
I've got a few days off next week. I think I'm going to create a on 2K25. What is it? What's the
Nation of Domination led by
There's
Hogan.
no, not that. You create a show, don't you? I'm going to create a show,
yeah,
and it's going to
universe
be
mode or whatever.
universe mode. I'm going to create a universe, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start with that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to build it.
Fantastic.
My
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you
Sorry.
haven't already realised, we do have a third party in this show, and his name is Andi Nero. But because he was too busy typing and not listening to what we're saying, we're now going to interject to him. So, Andy, please take the mic. This is all you.
I'm really, really sorry. Yeah, I love all those ideas, and I was listening to most of them. But yes, you threw me, Farad, so there you go. So yeah, I'm going to do modern day. I had toyed with the idea of what would have happened had the NWO came into the invasion, but it didn't work out. I couldn't really plan it very well. So I'm going to start things off with 2025 as we stand right now. Our world champions are Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes. In a few months' time, we have Crown Jewel, which will be for the Crown Jewel Championship between Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes, and they remain the champions going into that card. And over the next few months, obviously the Vision have been fracturing in terms of fracturing, I should say, and sort of coming closer and closer to splitting up. Going into the Crown Jewel, there's been a few ripples in the screen. There's been a few sort of atmospherics on TV, and nobody knows what's going on, but something's definitely happening. Seth and Cody happens. Braun is still very firmly in Seth's camp, but Bronson has completely shifted away now and is no longer involved. During the match, Braun Breaker comes down and knocks out Cody Rhodes during a ref bump, and he completely knocks him out completely cold, spears him to heck, and that's that. Cody's out for the count. And as Seth is getting back up to hit a stomp to finish the match altogether, suddenly we get a rip, and suddenly we hear CM Punk. What's CM Punk coming down in Saudi? He doesn't like being here. CM Punk's coming out to the ring. Oh, he's obviously coming out to help Cody Rhodes. He's not going to let Cody get stomped into oblivion. Here he comes. CM Punk gets into the ring. He clears the ring out. He gets rid of Braun and Cody, Braun and Seth, and swings chairs at them and threatens to hit them. Except he turns around and he looks at Cody, and he just runs and punts this kid in the fucking head. Absolutely knocks him completely out cold. Starts beating the living shit out of this guy with a chair. And everyone's throwing cans into the ring, bottles in the ring. And Seth and Braun have got into the ring and they're all celebrating.
Except the Saudis don't drink.
What are you fucking...
Sorry.
Unbelievable.
I couldn't help myself.
But yeah, so Seth is your Scott Hall. Braun is your Kevin Nash, but it's not Cody like yours is, Farad. It's CM Punk.
Roman. It's Roman.
Oh,
I said
Roman's your Hogan.
God,
Well,
yeah,
in my
Jesus.
version, CM Punk is your Hulk Hogan. And you might think, oh, why is CM Punk now joining with Seth Rollins? Well, it's because this whole time their beef has been a complete work, and we've been worked from the very start. These two have been in cahoots all year, and now it's come to pass that these guys are going to join together and make the new world order. And
The new world order.
New world order. And in short order, this is the list of people I've got that are going to join over the following year.
The biggest
So,
icon
yes.
of wrestling.
It starts with Punk as Hogan, Seth as Hall, and Braun as Nash, to which they add almost immediately Aleister Black as Six. Bobby Roode is going to emerge from behind the producer's curtain
That's Rick
and
Rude.
become Rick Rude.
Oh yeah,
I've
like
got Kevin Owens is going to return from his neck surgery and be Kurt Hennig. JBL is going to make a return to replace Ted DiBiase.
Not Vincent.
He's going to be flanked by his bodyguard, not Vincent, it's Omos. And on commentary, because of course the NWO has to have a commentary member being massively in their corner, it's
Corey
going to be
Graves.
Corey fucking Graves.
Oh,
Easy
yeah.
Corey. And then they go on and dominate WWE for several years to come. They had far too fucking many members. Jeff Jarrett gets involved for no fucking reason, and then it all goes to shit in WrestleMania 2000 or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. NWO 2050 or something stupid.
Slap pass.
New World Order, and it's too many people. And then for some reason CM Punk gets a kayfabe son like Horace Hogan, and it all goes to shit.
Okay, so couple of questions. Was your original Hogan character Roman Reigns, or did you change it to CM Punk?
Oh yeah, what did you change?
My original Hogan was Punk. I didn't have Seth involved, so I was kind of like, well, I did have Seth involved. I had Seth involved as being the one that isn't on their team, but I was like, I can't really change that much, and I was like, oh, do I want him turning on Seth? Do I want him turning on Cody? I didn't really know how to play it, but I knew Punk was definitely going to be involved, because I think Punk and Seth's beef is false, basically. I think it's a work. But yeah, it was just a case of how, when, where, how do we get to this
So
point?
what did yours? Because you said that mine and yours was the same.
It was similar. It wasn't exactly the same. It was similar. It was just
okay.
party members were different, and how
so
they got
so who was the WWE side then? Cody, and who would you have face your little NWO faction, your NNWO?
there. So I'd have in terms
Booker
of
T?
your
Coming
so
for you.
March would probably be, well, you got your March, you've got your Warrior, you've got your Sting, eventually you've got Goldberg.
No.
No, but I mean in terms of who I would have as those characters in that anti-NWO situation.
Sorry.
I think it's got to go to the bloodline, isn't it, really? You've got to have Roman as the March.
Yeah.
Roman is macho. I think I'd probably have Jay. See, Jay can come and go out of the bloodline so easily that I'd probably have him as the Sting character. And let him
Really?
sort of be I'd have him sort of come and go out of the Sting character. Out of that Sting
But
slot,
being
in terms
so
of-
over.
Yeah, he can
'Cause he is
disappear,
now.
come back.
Mm.
Like he can be charismatic without being yeeting everywhere. You know, he can be quietly charismatic. But or maybe Roman. Roman could be Sting, I suppose. I didn't really plan that far ahead, to be fair. But that was I liked the idea of Bobby Roode being Rick Rude, JBL being DiBiase. Originally, I had actually put Del Rio as DiBiase, but I was like,
You don't like Del Rio, do you? No.
It's he's not old enough. JBL.
Dominic Mysterio has to join at some point.
Well, I
He
think
needs to be the X-Pac of.
Dom is
Yeah,
perfect.
That's why I've got Aleister
perfect,
Black.
isn't he?
Yeah, possibly, but I like the fact that Aleister Black and Punk are like sort of entertain the same air, as it were, in terms of
I
being
don't
both
know.
tatted up.
Maybe Dom needs
hard
to
rockers.
enter mine then. My little trio of Roman, Bron,
But
and
it
Seth
does
could
do
have
something with
Dom,
Aleister Black.
because Dom has got that attitude, isn't he? He's cool as fuck. Doesn't really give a shit. Whereas yours are more. So what have we got? Punk, Seth,
Braun,
and Bron,
yeah,
plus Aleister Black.
plus Aleister Black, Bobby
Yeah.
Roode,
Bobby Roode,
KO,
Kevin Owens, JBL, Omos,
Omos, and Graves,
Corey
and
Graves.
Combs.
Yeah.
It's literally a like for like of the people I would have had in NWO if they were now.
My commentator would be the Miz. I get the Miz involved. Because he's awesome.
See, oh God, if I had to pick a commentator, because at this point Mr. Perfect wasn't wrestling, he was commentating, he would be my commentator. But he would turn heel and be the commentator. And then he could come back and wrestle later on, like as he did. So yeah, I like that.
You know, I hate to say that I'm wrong in this situation. Well, there's no right or wrong, but whose is better, Dave? Honestly,
Dave's, yeah, Dave's is
That
more
was-
stout, and we know what happened.
that was so
Like,
good. That
yeah.
was so good. So
God, no.
good. Yeah, 100%, and especially with my brains behind that as well. Oof. You know, the next fucking 5 years of wrestling, like literally, we
Can you
would be
imagine?
in Liquid Brannigan's Cartouche Zest, wearing NWO t-shirts with their names on the back. Honestly,
And
ridiculous.
I do still want to see a Legion of Doom, Nation of Domination led by Hulk Hogan.
Oh, I'm gonna do that.
Okay, so obviously the big question here, the elephant in the room, is where does Billy Gunn fit in all of this?
Nowhere. He's in AEW right now.
Oh, you're talking about on mine?
Oh, Dave's obviously, yeah.
Well, like I said, as we roll into '97, we'll be
DX.
going for DX, won't we? So he's remember he's still a tag champ at the minute, so they'll have to at some point. Hall and Nash will destroy the Smoking Guns, win the tag titles, and Billy will get frustrated with Bart and blame it on him, and then they'll eventually break up. They'll have a little feud, and then again, by the time we get to WrestleMania, after WrestleMania, we will then start the DX build, and it will be Hunter and Shawn finding
then
people.
That's where Billy takes over.
You can
as
get
the
Billy-
lead of DX, becomes champion 82 times.
Yet, no.
Yeah,
I think
probably 82 times,
No.
and feuds with people like Al Snow,
I'd just-
Holly,
no,
bring back Midian.
No,
He was
I'd
probably
just-
around that time as
I'd
well.
just- no. I think we
Huge
just
matches at pay-per-views.
Yeah. No,
Godfather's in there. Yeah.
I think we
Yeah,
just
yeah.
basically all we're doing is we're moving 11 months faster. So the New Age Outlaws and the DX thing starts after WrestleMania 13, not WrestleMania 14. You know, we've just sort of accelerated a little bit. We'll see where we go. I mean, he could still be in a Kiss My Ass match at SummerSlam 1999. I'm not sure.
But win.
Well, he could.
Fantasy
I'm not-
book it. Tell me, he's going to win, isn't he?
Yes.
You heard it here first, folks.
Oh, it's
Dirty
a Kiss My
Dave,
Ass match
the ring
against.
historian.
Yep. No, but you didn't let me finish. It was a Kiss My Ass match against Kurt Angle. And you specifically said you wanted Billy Gunn to win. So
No. Hold on. No. Yeah, this is not happening right now. I'm very happy with the outcome of this week's roundtable. I must say, very good. So,
Very good,
ladies and
gentlemen. Yeah, very impressed.
If you've got your own hot take on this of what we have just said, other than Andy not being interested for pretty much 40 minutes of this video, please leave a comment. Let us know. More research is needed from the big man in the middle there. I mean, that was ridiculous, Andy. How you copied my idea, didn't listen to any of Dave's. I mean, insinuating that he should include Owen Hart when he already did. I mean, people, if you've watched the videos this week, you should know that I've already posted a vacancy to come in.
Yeah,
on-
good luck
on
trying to
from
find
the
anyone that
vault.
edits all of your fucking videos, motherfucker.
From the vault, not interested at all. And then he's done exactly the same on the round table. I mean, this guy, who is he? I mean, do you think you're bloody the bloke, what's his name? Jungle Boy. That's what you think you are, don't you? Oh, we got major beef on the channel here, guys. Anyway, super. So, yeah, look at Dave. He's ready, isn't he?
Oh,
Super appreciate the love. Please like, share, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. We will be back next week with our Clash in Paris recap show where we'll be going over the predictions where Dave and Andy have probably lost once again. We'll go through our WWE news drop, Andy's indie roundup from the vault once again, and we might even give you some hot takes. We don't know. But lots of love. Adios, amigos.
New world order.
New World Order with CM Punk. Owen Hart. Yes, Owen Hart. Listen.